Hello, my name is Matthew Day. I'm one of the UAL short course tutors. I'll take you through the various steps of completing the graded award and explain what you need to do, what you're marked on, the best ways to photograph and present your work, and how to upload and submit your work for the award. The graded award in expression and meaning tests your ability to experiment with materials and techniques in drawing and communicate your artistic intentions. Here we are looking at your inspiration and your intentions and seeing how you can explore a theme through drawing. For the grade in expression and meaning, you'll need to make a drawing that effectively interprets a theme. You will be given a selection of themes and you need to choose one. You then need to show how you have interpreted the theme by completing the following tasks. Firstly, an inspiration sheet. This will contain images that have inspired your final piece. You can include the work of other artists and designers, as well as images from magazines and the internet, and photographs that you've taken yourself. Secondly, a preparatory sheet. This should contain images of your developmental work, initial sketches of your ideas, sketches of subjects that you're exploring, thumbnail drawings where you've thought about composition, and experiments with different drawing mediums. Basically, all the stuff that you have used to develop your final drawing. Then we'll ask for a written statement of about 500 words where you briefly describe how you have interpreted the theme. Use a written statement to say what the piece means or what you're trying to express. Don't just tell us what you did, but why you did it. Your final drawing will be the culmination of all your ideas and experiments into a final piece that showcases your drawing skills and your artistic intentions. Remember to take progress photos as you develop your final work to submit at the end. When considering the theme, explore different associations. Maybe use a mind map to capture initial thoughts and ideas. Try to relate the theme to your own experience, as this can really help to develop your own point of view. Look at the work of other artists for inspiration and create mood boards to develop connections and test ideas. What style of drawing is the artist using? Are you going to try and make your piece in a similar style? Start to draw out ideas quickly. Don't become too fixed too soon, but try to be more exploratory. Use thumbnail sketches to experiment with different compositions. Make quick studies and more detailed sketches to explore a subject. If you were drawing a human figure, for example, draw different poses. Draw from different viewpoints. Think about how someone is dressed, the pattern on their shirt, or the background they're in. All these aspects can really change the meaning of a piece of artwork. You will be assessed on research and interpretation, materials and techniques, and artistic intentions. For research and interpretation, we look at how you've responded to the theme to create an effective drawing. We look at all your preparatory work and see what types of connections you've made and how you've explored the theme and developed your ideas. We look at the artists that you've researched and how they've influenced your work. We look at the written statement, and this helps us to understand what you were aiming to achieve. For materials and techniques, we will look at your ability to control and manipulate materials to create an effective drawing. We'll look at the style of the drawing and the visual elements such as scale, composition, texture and tone. Here we're looking for connections between how you've expressed yourself through drawing and your stated intentions. For artistic intentions, we look at how you've communicated your intentions to create a meaningful image. Here, what we're looking for is to see how you are able to balance the different elements of style and subject matter to create a drawing that communicates the theme, but also gives us an idea of you as an artist. When we receive your drawing, we will mark it using the assessment grids. We use assessment grids so that everyone's work is marked to the same standard. The examiner will look at your drawing and match it to the descriptors in the assessment grid, and this gives us a mark for each criteria. The marks are then added together, and you'll be given a grade for the drawing award at fail, pass, merit, or distinction. If you don't get the grade you hope for, don't worry. Try to learn from your experience, and remember you can always try again. In the graded awards, you can see examples of what pass looks like and what a distinction looks like from previous year's work. Looking at these two examples, you can see the difference between a drawing that we've awarded a pass and a drawing we've awarded a distinction. Both are good drawings, but the distinction drawing shows a more in-depth investigation into the theme. The student has explored a range of relevant artists and created some interesting preliminary sketches and original photography. The final image has an effective composition and reflections of multiple hands, and the pop of orange draw the eye into the picture. The student is able to make connections between the final drawing, which shows multiple reflections, and how this relates to different aspects of their personality. The past drawing is interesting, but the connections between the ideas and the research are more tentative. The links between the artist's research and the final image are more tenuous. The student mentions researching Picasso, but this does not seem relevant to their final drawing. So there's no real connection between the artist's research and what they finally produced. The drawing is quite stylized, and the candidate does not make any connections between the style of drawing and the theme that they're trying to convey. More examples of illustration in their research and reference to the style of drawing and how it reflects the theme in their statement could have helped the candidate achieve a better mark. It's so important that you take clear and high quality photographs of your drawings when presenting them for assessment. Remember that blurred or low quality images can result in you receiving a fail grade or your work not being marked. Here are some easy tips to remember when photographing your work to make sure that it gives you the best chance of securing the appropriate grade. Ensure that the work is placed against a neutral background. Avoid harsh lighting that can cause glare or unwanted reflections. Ensure that the camera is still when taking the photograph. And if you're using a smartphone to photograph your work, avoid using the zoom because this can reduce the quality of the images. Finally, check you are happy with the quality of your digital image and that it's a true representation of your work before submitting for assessment. When you're happy with the work, and the photographs you've taken, it's time to upload your work and submit it for assessment. You might want to save the photographs you have chosen to submit on a file on your desktop so that you know that you've got all the right information before you proceed. You'll need to submit the following photographs: an in-progress photo of your drawing. Make sure you take several as you're completing the drawing award so that you can select the best one and submit it to us. A photograph of the finished drawing. This should show the whole image and make sure you take the photograph straight on and not at an angle and that it is clear and good quality. A close-up photograph of the finished drawing. Take several photos close up and choose the best one to submit. You want to show an area that really showcases your drawing skills and the detail that you've put into your work. And then finally, we would like to see another example of your drawing or artistic skills. And we ask everyone to do this as it helps to authenticate your drawing and the style of your work. It isn't part of the assessment and you don't get marked on it. Check that you've submitted all the evidence required. Maybe ask someone else to check it as well. It can help to have a second pair of eyes. When you're happy with everything, press submit. You'll receive an email saying that you've submitted your work, and after a few weeks, you'll receive a mark and a grade for the drawing award.